The mystery begins in a desert in the Middle East. An old man climbs a mountain. The earth trembles beneath him. Fire covers the summit. Lightning cuts through the darkness. Thunder rolls across the desert. And somewhere within the storm comes a sound described like the blast of a trumpet. Thousands wait below, watching, terrified. The man continues upward until he disappears into the cloud. His name is Moshe, Moses, and according to the biblical account, what he receives on that mountain will become the foundation of Israel's law, the Torah. The commandments, the Sabbath, the appointed days, the priesthood, the sacrifices, and buried within those laws is something most people have never considered. A clock. Not a clock measured in hours, a clock measured in sevens. Every seventh day was different, the Sabbath, 6 days of labor, followed by 1 day of cessation. But the pattern didn't stop with days, it extended into years. 6 years the Israelites could sow their fields, prune their vineyards, harvest their crops, and work the land. But the 7th year was different. The land itself was commanded to rest. No normal planting, no normal harvesting, no ordinary cycle of production. A Sabbath lasting an entire year. The Torah describes it in Leviticus 25. 6 years the land could be worked, but in the 7th, the land would observe a Sabbath of rest. This 7th year became associated with one Hebrew word, shmita, release, remission, letting go. And the deeper you go, the stranger it becomes, because the shmita wasn't only about land, it was about money, debt, credit, ownership. Deuteronomy 15 commands that at the end of 7 years, there was to be a release of debts. Think about what that meant. Accounts that existed the day before could suddenly be extinguished. Obligations accumulated over years, released. Debt, wiped away. And according to the traditional Hebrew civil calendar, the critical closing date was the final day of Elul, Elul 29, the day of remission. But there's another detail. A Hebrew day doesn't begin at midnight. It begins at sunset, darkness first, then light, night, then day. Which means the transition begins while much of the modern world would still say it's the previous date. 2 calendars, 2 definitions of when a day begins, 1 moment in time. And that distinction is going to matter, because Elul 29 represents the culmination of the entire cycle, 6 years, then the 7th. The year progresses until eventually everything arrives at its final sunset. Release, remission, nullification. A clearing of accounts. In its biblical setting, this was intended as something restorative. The land rested. The poor could eat from what grew. Debtors received relief. People were forced, at least temporarily, to loosen their grip on property, production, and wealth. But economically, the concept is extraordinary. Imagine applying it literally to a modern financial system. Debt disappears, credit relationships change, normal production stops, ownership temporarily loses some of its ordinary meaning. Ancient rabbis themselves wrestled with the practical consequences. Later legal mechanisms developed to reduce some of the disruption caused by the cancellation of debts. And that tells us something important. The shmita wasn't merely ceremonial. Its original commands reached directly into the economic system. Money, land, debt, credit, production. And at the end of it all, Elul 29. That is where our puzzle begins. Because something designed as a release can look remarkably different when viewed through the lens of a modern financial system. A sudden erasure of debt, a resetting of accounts, a cessation of normal economic activity. Release? or collapse. Those are not necessarily the same thing, but from a distance, they can produce strangely similar images. And this brings us to the question at the center of our investigation. What happens when an ancient 7-year cycle is placed over the calendar of the modern world? And what happens when we don't use only one calendar, but all of them? Hebrew, Gregorian, Julian, Islamic, Roman, lunar. Different civilizations, different methods of counting time, different beginnings of months, years, and even days. And yet, there are moments when those calendars appear to converge. Which brings us to one date, August 26th. There are dates that pass unnoticed, and then there are dates that seem to appear everywhere, across calendars, across disasters, across history, across movies, music, politics, and war. August 26th is one of those dates, not because any single connection proves anything, but because once the calendars are layered on top of one another, the pattern becomes difficult to ignore. Start in China. Every year, July 29th is recognized as Global Tiger Day, also known as International Tiger Day. July 29th, and then July 29th, 2025, an enormous magnitude 8.8 earthquake strikes off Russia's Kamchatka Peninsula, triggering tsunami warnings across the Pacific. Tiger Day, July 29th, 8.8. Coincidence? Perhaps, but this is only where the trail begins. Now move forward to August 26th. On one lunar framework, August 26th still falls inside Julian month Av, July, Christmas, in July. Av is the 5th Hebrew month. July was historically named for Julius Caesar, and in older Roman reckoning, Quintilis occupied the 5th month position. 5. Different systems, different civilizations, the same numbers beginning to overlap. Now consider another date, February 26th, the date associated with the deaths of Gene Hackman and his dog. February 26th, 226. But under an older Roman calendar framework, February occupied the end of the year, month 12. 12, 26, December 26th. And now look again at August 26th. The Hebrew calendar has entered its 12th month, Elul. Month 12, day 26, December 26th. Christmas is December 25th, but the sequence doesn't stop at Christmas. It moves one day forward. December 26th, August 26th. Then there is the lyric almost everyone knows, "Summer has come and passed. Wake me up when September ends." September, the month associated with the ending of summer. But on the Hebrew calendar, summer also moves toward its conclusion during Elul. Now layer the calendars again: Gregorian, Julian, Hebrew, lunar, Islamic. Different clocks measuring the same earth, and August 26th begins producing combinations such as June 21st, December 21st, December 12th, June 26th, 21, 12, 6. The numbers reverse, mirror, repeat. Summer comes, summer passes, September ends, and in this interpretation, the calendar only points back toward August 26th. Now follow the number 26. March 26th, 2024. The Francis Scott Key Bridge collapses in Baltimore. March 26th. January 26th, 2020. Kobe Bryant dies in a helicopter crash. January 26th. February 26th. Gene Hackman. February 26th. And now, August 26th. August 26th. Different years, different events, different circumstances, but the same numerical architecture keeps resurfacing. Then there is 21. October 21st, Apple Day. November 21st, military symbolism, missile launches, historical events. January 21st, major political and legal turning points. January 21st, November 21st, October 21st. Numbers that appear unrelated until the calendars are rotated. Then popular culture enters the pattern. Netflix releases Wednesday in November 2022, November 23rd. Now look at August 26th through another calendar. The Islamic calendar is in its third month. The numbers can be rearranged into another sequence. March 26th, September 23rd. And August 26th, 2026 falls on a Wednesday. Wednesday, the show, the date, the calendar. Again, none of these connections alone establish causation, but that isn't what makes the pattern interesting. It is the accumulation. Now return to one of the most consequential dates of the decade, October 7th, 2023. Israel, Gaza, war. Run that date through alternative calendar systems and numerical arrangements, and another family of numbers emerges. August 21st, August 12th. Numbers that appear again around August 26th. At the same time, Iran remains at the center of the geopolitical story. War, negotiations, missiles, nuclear diplomacy, the Strait of Hormuz. The headlines change. The countries remain the same. June was traditionally the fourth month in the earliest Roman calendar. June, month 4. Now introduce 12. April 12th. April 12th. Another date that repeatedly appears in the larger pattern. And once again, August 26th can be made to intersect with that numerical sequence through the overlapping calendar systems. But perhaps the most important calendar is the Hebrew calendar, Elul, the final month before the Jewish New Year. A month traditionally associated with reflection, repentance, preparation, and the approaching close of a cycle. The 29th of Elul carries another historical association: remission, release, the ending of debts in the biblical sabbatical framework. And this is where the theory becomes especially provocative. September 11th can align near the closing days of Elul in certain years, a date already permanently embedded in modern history. Would history repeat the exact date? Fuck no! The symbolism appears somewhere else? On August 26th. Elul 26, hidden Elul 29. The two Jew temples burned on the same day. August 26th is clear as day, hidden September 11th. August 26th. Elul 26. December 26th. The ending itself. Now put everything on the board. Tiger Day, July 29th, the 8.8 earthquake. Christmas, December 25th. December 26th, Gene Hackman, Kobe Bryant. March 26th, the Baltimore Bridge. Elul, September. Wake me up when September ends. Wednesday, October 7th, Iran. April 12th, June 21st, December 21st, December 12th, June 26th, August 26th. Individually, they are coincidences, conversions, historical references, and numerical associations. The strongest date you have ever seen is September 26th, 2024. Now arrives its wicked stepsister, August 26th, 2026. When all the pieces of the puzzle are placed together, one date keeps appearing at the center of the board. August 26th. The puzzle was never hidden in one calendar, nor in one ritual. Maybe the only way to see it was to place all of the calendars on top of each other. Gregorian, Julian, Hebrew, Islamic, Roman, lunar. Different civilizations, different clocks, different languages. But one date. August 26th. Christmas is on deck. Obama in classroom on 12/12. The date on August 26th is 12/12. Santa has got to fucking go on Christmas at Ground Zero.
Summer has come and passed. The innocent can never last. Wake me up when September ends. Like my father's come to pass. 7 years has gone so fast. Wake me up when September ends. Here comes the rain again, falling from the stars, drenching my pain again, becoming who we are. As my memory rests, but never forgets what I lost. Wake me up when September ends. Summer has come and passed. The innocent can never last. Wake me up when September
Chihuahua.